We are live. We are live. We are live.
We are live, live, live.
Welcome to an episode of Chat Her Up. You're talking to me. My name is Joy. Hey. And Callie keeps dropping. She keeps dropping. Callie, she's going to have to come back in. But Callie is also on this slide. We are going to do a recap of Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 6, Sons Out, Buns Out. Okay? All right, so Callie got to pop back in here. I think she just did. There she is.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on over here.
It's not me. I thought I accidentally touched something, but now
Mhm.
this you. But anyway, I went on to introduce, and that's Callie, by the way.
Hey, y'all. All right.
We got a chapstick moment this week. What's been happening?
I'm trying to think. It seemed like it didn't been happening but Wendy. We know she didn't go to court.
Yes, I wonder what happened. What did anybody, you heard any speculation about?
Yeah, they said she was trying to collect the checks. She has events going on that's going to pull in some money for her. So she's trying to hold that date off as long as possible. She can have cash she might need.
So she requested an extension?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They must. You think they're gonna plead?
Yeah, I do.
I kind of do too. I don't know why either. And this is why I was thinking about, Africans, unfortunately, while they have a reputation, especially of Nigerian scammers, I don't think that's the core of Wendy.
I don't either.
I don't think that's the core of Wendy. I don't see them as scammers. Like, I do believe these are two people that really did go to school, although that would be the biggest grift ever, wouldn't it?
If they didn't,
Yes. But these are two very educated people that beat probably a lot of their parents' odds. And I could only imagine in my mind, although I think she's a mean bitch at times, I think she thinks she's a good person. I don't see her. I see her as ambitious. Like everything that I see about Wendy is about ambition. And I
do too.
So I think I do think she has a moral compass.
Yeah. I mean, I do too. I also heard that it was Eddie, the one that had kind of like the criminal background, and that Wendy was being forced to follow along with what he was doing. I don't believe that. For some reason, I see Eddie as really clean cut. I can't. Yeah, they said Eddie is the one that's behind the crime, and I'm like,
I believe
Eddie?
it. I believe that.
You do?
Yes, and it's not that he gives me scammer. He gives me I think they're both ambitious.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just a Wendy thing. I was trying to think of the right words to say, because I think they're both ambitious. I think, and the reason that I say that is, of all the husbands on all the franchises that I've watched, and I'm not trying to pretend like I've watched them all, because I don't watch Miami. I didn't watch the original New York. I only watched one season of OC. I had enough. The other shows I watched, Jersey, Salt Lake, I probably would have done better telling you. Potomac and Atlanta, saying what I didn't. But anyway, my point of mentioning that was, of all the husbands that I've seen, I've never seen a real moment between those two.
Wendy and Eddie?
Yes. I've never seen a real moment. Everything that comes across the screen to me seems very calculated, like they mapped out what they were going to say. And that tells me that there's something hidden there. I used to talk about this all the time. We've never seen a real moment from Wendy. I used to wonder over the seasons, specifically after season 6, because when I started noticing this, her personal scenes get less and less and less. One scene that stands out in my mind, um, shortly after during COVID, when all the George Floyd thing was going on, she
Mm-hmm.
was talking to her sons in the backyard, and her son was um, talking about, like being a black boy and
Mm-hmm.
in kind of a white world. I'm telling you, Wendy's, because I thought the camera kind of showed it, Wendy's mouths were moving. They had practiced that. Nothing feels authentic from her. And for some people, they like that. Okay. They like Wendy for whatever their reasons. My point for saying that is I've always wondered who they really are. Because I don't and I really like to know that, because
Mm-hmm.
I've never lived in I've never lived in an African home or with an African person. I wanted to see how they communicate, what's some issues, or I kind of wanted to see that. That's why I'm fascinated with Tia. Tia got a scene next week that's so real. That's
What
a
is it?
clip. Apparently Tia and her husband, when the girls was out of town, it was her daughter's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Her daughter had a party, and the party got out of hand because of the people that they were supposed to invite. Way more people came. They explained all of this. The father's there. The father don't know what the heck is going on. They just straight had a party that they had to call the police 6 times for.
Oh my God. Was it at the house?
Yeah, and it was just like, to
Uh,
me, that's a real moment. It
I
don't
mean, how much did they show any of it? Because it
some
was
they
just,
show. I
I
don't
don't,
know how much of they
okay.
show, but I'm just saying, if you listen
Yeah.
to the conversation, this wasn't no practice conversation. Is what I'm saying. Like, say whatever you want. Giselle girls always embarrassed her. They
Yeah.
always gave real moments. It's too, they
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
still talk about it. Michael Darby gives real. Like, I'm not saying that we are here to see conflict between these couples, but you get real. I ain't really like Monique, but even when well, we know Monique did a lot of faking of
Yes.
Potomac. But if y'all watch
Absolutely.
Carlos King, when she was her
Mm-hmm.
and Chris was on Carlos King, they
Mm-hmm.
had a conversation was so real. I knew then that boy should run away from her,
Yeah.
because Monique doesn't know who she is. Like, the running, like, Chris was begging her to tell him, what do you need from me? And she
Mm-hmm.
talks in vague terms. And a lot of times, I know we as women do that a lot. We think we're great communicators, but we say things like, um, you playing in my face. Why you playing with me? Why you
Yeah.
doing this to me? Why instead of saying, you hurt me when you did X, Y, and we don't talk like that. So a lot of us don't really talk like that. And that's how she was talking to him. And that scene was so I watched it more than once. It was good. That was the realest Monique has ever given any screen.
I can't think of
That
any scene of Monique's that I rewound to watch more than once. I
that
can't
scene
say it.
was very powerful. And I wasn't trying to get into like, it was two people having a conversation. It wasn't an ugly argument, but it was a
Mm-hmm.
real argument. But Monique was being as vulnerable as the words that she knew, her limited vocabulary. You could tell there's still a block there, because I'm gonna tell you what I was getting from it.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what I was getting was, you not ambitious no more. This is what I thought Monique was telling him.
Yeah, she complained a lot.
And she is turning me off. I
Yeah.
need you to get your fat butt up and do
Yes.
stuff. Like, that's what I heard.
No, I heard that on multiple occasions. Yeah, I got that
That's
exact
what I
feeling.
heard. But
Yeah.
she wasn't a very good communicator. But anyway, I've been skipping all over. But let's get to this episode. I'm sorry. I start getting in the rant. But anyway, this episode I thought was pretty good. What you scale it 1 through 10?
I give it a 7 or 8. I thought it was pretty good too. Again, all I watch is the clips, but yeah, so far it's been really good. Everybody seems to there's nobody sitting in the background waiting for something to say. Everybody just seems to really be into something or someone. The only one that's odd for me is Ashley, because her her conversations are just about what somebody else is doing. We don't really hear about Ashley's life anymore. We just hear her being nosy in other people's lives.
I don't know how the executives would pick Ashley over Aneka. And I like Ashley. As a person, Ashley, I think is cool. It's not about whether or not you a cool person, because I do think she's funny. I think that she served a place in as an OG of this cast. I just don't know where she fits anymore.
Well, I mean, she does. She needs to find her way. But I bet the network not one time thought about NECA or Ashley. I don't think they were ever compared or could ever be compared as far as who to keep on the show. I don't
I,
think they
I,
were.
I'm going. This is me, y'all. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, go ahead.
Um, I want to see people that I don't really know. I think that's why I find Tia so fascinating. Like Tia really does have a different mindset. I'm just fascinated by how tone deaf she is. I'm so fascinated by it. She,
I haven't watched enough of Tia yet. I mean, but you
but
can
I'm
listen.
fascinated by her scenes, is what I'm saying to
Are
you.
you? No,
Yeah.
I haven't. I like to hear her talk only because of her accent.
Mm-hmm.
But oh, and then when I saw her and the husband, and I expected more only because I had heard she was royalty. I expected to see more of a royal
Yes.
life.
Well, they're going to talk a little bit about that on that episode. They're talking a little bit. I can't. I'm saying I wanted to see NECA. They were also two Africans. I was excited to
Mm-mm.
see them because I was hoping that we get to see a little. I want to see some stuff. And I know that I will say this: Aneka did film. I heard a whole thing with her family that
Mm-hmm.
they showed none of that. I wish they would have. I, I that's the kind of stuff that kind of interests me a little bit. We really got to know their families. We know Teresa's whole lineage and all. You know what I'm saying? We got to know a lot of their extensions on these other franchises. I don't
So
think we.
why don't you? Why do you think they didn't choose her? I mean, I can tell you why.
Well, I think because they chose Wendy.
Yeah.
I think
I
it was.
mean, but I
I
think
think
it's more than just her over Wendy. I think about what she gave. She just didn't. To me, that was one of the oddest picks ever. She was not entertaining. She was, yet she kind of talked down her husband to me a lot. There was nothing about her that I thought housewife. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people think that she should have been on there. I've never been able to understand why. She's completely boring to me.
okay. All right.
Yeah, I always change the channel when she's on. I used to anyway.
I like if your households are ran a little differently than mine, I like to see that.
Yeah, and I'm sure
You know,
hers.
yeah,
So she has a kid now. Is that?
yeah, she does have a
I
baby.
get her mixed up with the lady from Atlanta who's got that fine husband.
Oh,
Gosh.
oh, you
Um,
talking about
Sonia or Sanya,
oh,
and her husband. I get them confused
wow.
sometimes. I don't even know why. But anyway, yeah, no, I'm glad NECA's not there. A lot of people are talking about it this season. It seems like anyway, off the show, they're
I would have
questioning.
liked to see that. And she
Hmm.
got successful, I guess, IVF or whatever. Eventually, she had that baby. It always seems like Bravo don't know how to pick people when they have some good stories. It always seems like they get rid of folks, and a lot of times they just have a good story to tell. But I don't know. I mean, we have babies every day.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I would have still liked to see that. But I do think the network, I think that Wendy probably went in there and told them white executives, because we know that Wendy went in there and talked to them. She did. She didn't want that. She didn't want, and she was protecting her culture. It's a lot of things that we don't understand. They really did live in a caste system. So and it was probably some cultural things and some religious things that NECA was bringing up. And Wendy was like, you can't have that on there. That could start a war.
Yeah, she was very. Yeah, I'm glad she's not there. I thought NECA was very negative. She was gunning for Wendy every chance she could get. That's the way I saw it. I know that you
Yeah, I didn't see it.
disagree with that, and some people do, but yeah, I just didn't. She was just a troublemaker to me. Yeah, so I don't know. A lot of people like her, so maybe she'll come back next season.
And
I,
it could have been a ploy for the network to bring Wendy to kind of taunt her a little bit and tell her to get on board.
yeah.
Because they might have wanted to see Wendy, because Wendy is also, she is a, well, she was a company girl in waiting.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
Giselle is the company girl in waiting. Giselle will give the producers and executives what they need if it don't mess up, with her morals or values or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she would ever go that far. But Wendy was one sitting, because Wendy is a company girl.
Yeah.
She wants to be. And that's why Wendy, when they sit down and had that conversation, because all
Mm-hmm.
of them, when Giselle said, I heard they was gonna be talked to. They talked to
Yes.
Wendy.
Yes.
They
Yes.
talked to Wendy and Candace, and Wendy was able to comply. Wendy was able to get over it, and Candace wasn't.
Hmm.
And Candace wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, I like this episode. It started with Giselle sitting up there taking shots, talking about shady shots. Everybody got a shot for Stacy.
Yes. What is her issue with Stacy? I can't quite figure it out. What is the issue?
It's because
Stacy is
she thinks she's
hilarious
fake.
to
Because
me.
she thinks she's fake. So that's
She is.
she thinks Stacy is fake, and
She is, but it's so
and
it's
her
funny to
thing is,
watch.
if you ain't gonna give me nothing, I ain't gonna give you nothing.
Yeah.
That's her attitude. Giselle, like, got you. That's why, it's her to me, her shade is what we call fun shade. It's small shade. It ain't, it could become emotionally taxing. But I don't think Stacy take this as such an acting gig. Stacy ain't paying her no attention.
She
Stacy
really isn't.
Stacy knows that fighting with Giselle in a fun way is good TV.
Yeah, I like the way that she interacts with Giselle because she will tell you even in her confessionals, "You're not going to break me. Giselle will not be breaking me."
Yeah.
I think Stacey is a really good fit, and you don't find that too often anymore when we see new people on the show. It's good to see them. We're lucky to see them come back like for a second or third season. But Stacey was a good pick. I
This
can't think
is like,
of
well, that
yeah.
you agree with Andy. Andy said on some podcast, somebody asked him what is the best hire that he's come up with in a
Hmm.
year or something, or this year or something, and he said hiring Stacy.
Yes. Yeah.
So I know that Stacy has a place.
Hmm.
I can't argue with that. And that she can't be a little funny or whatever. But it can be irritating to those around you to know it. It reminded me of we talked about this last week. It reminded me of the conversation that Nene had about years later when she did an interview after she had left the show about Kenya in season 5. She said up until
Hmm.
season 5, they just showed up as their authentic selves.
Hmm.
There was never a plan of a scene unless the producers planned it. It wasn't anything that they did until
Yeah.
Kenya came on. She said she didn't even know, because she thought they were you know doing what they had been doing, but
Hmm.
Kenya was
Hmm.
doing so much acting, everybody else started acting. Some were just better at it than others.
Kenya could have been a chapstick moment. I didn't think about it with her recent eviction. We can talk about
Did
that
she
another
really
time, I
get
guess.
evicted?
Um, I think so. I was only listening to that lawyer lady who
Mm-hmm.
called out Melody Holt one time, and she read through it. It sounded like yes, she has been evicted. I can't. The lawyer, I think, is what her YouTube page is. But
That's,
yeah, it sounds like she
that's
absolutely has been evicted, which is kind of sad. But okay, yeah.
that's sad, especially since she said that was Brooklyn's college money.
Yeah. Aw, she'll be all right. And I don't know what the gossip is about Mark trying to move in with them. Okay, look, I can talk about Kenya all day. Let's get back to the show. Let's get back to the show. What do you think about Jazzy? Is her and Kay fighting for the same position to be on the show?
No, I
You
don't
don't
think
think so?
so because Jazzy's man got traded to New England.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
So she don't even live there. I don't know exactly where they moved to in New England because that's like an area. That ain't like one state. It's like five different states.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know. I'm assuming she's there with him. I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. Unless they're trying to, because why else would they have brought her back this season knowing that he is gone? That they're not even there. And I'm just kind of wondering, is it kind of to just take a look at her and see if they can start a new franchise wherever she's at?
I
Um,
think I think Giselle begged them to film her with her.
why?
I think because it makes good TV. Jazzy makes good TV.
Hmm,
I think that
okay.
she's a good addition. She better than Kay.
Kay, yes, I agree. 100%. I don't know what is going on with Kay. I agree 100%. I
Yeah.
agree. Now, although Jessie was a little awkward when she pointed her finger and was yelling at Tia. What was that about? That was strange to me. And when she did that, I remember thinking, "Oh, come on! So many people like you. Don't just do something like that," because it
It
didn't
was.
make any sense.
I think her and her man got some serious trust issues, and that girl is very worried about what he hears.
Yeah,
And because this was whatever this was off camera or wasn't camera worthy and would have never even been mentioned or brought up if they hadn't argued about it.
yeah, yeah.
I think they got some serious trust issues.
I think
And
they do too. And then, if it's always coming up and being kind of thrown in her face, I
yeah,
understand why she would be concerned. But I like them as a couple. And I think the reason that I do like them as a couple is because she clearly has a good background. She seems to be well versed, can kind of fit in any crowd. And it sounds like he came from the complete opposite side. But
yeah,
together, they just seem to make a
sense.
really good couple that could
Mhm.
go a long way. She makes him look good, kind of. He's good. He's
I
handsome. Not that he
think
wasn't before,
I
but they
would
seem to be a good fit.
I would love for them to,
Hmm.
and that's somebody else. I'm so desperate to see something new.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to see that. I love like
Hmm.
we don't know these people. That's why like Angela from on Housewives of
Atlanta.
Atlanta was such
Hmm.
a good. We talked about their
Yeah, she's
scene.
another good pick. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're sitting and you're watching. It's different. And
Yes.
I
Yeah.
guess is what I'm saying that I'd like to see a little bit more difference. And
Hmm.
Tia offers different. You know, um,
She's hilarious with her comebacks. Well, you were angry. I mean, I like her a lot. I haven't seen a lot out of her, but I do like her.
who doesn't give me different though,
Who?
and who's new is Angel.
Oh God, what's up with that?
What's up with her?
Something
And
is off.
I'm wondering, she could be going through postpartum. She still is nursing, and I'm trying to give her a human sense. When you're nursing, you don't always feel like your body is yours. I don't
Okay.
know if you can understand it, but you don't. Your body feels like
The entire time you're nursing, it does?
I don't know if it's the entire time,
Because she had her
but
baby,
I
what,
know
18 months ago?
that doesn't matter. Your
It
baby
doesn't matter.
taken from you. Yeah,
Well, I know,
baby
but
taken from
when
you.
you're if you've been and I didn't successfully breastfeed. I stopped after a while. But if you've been breastfeeding that long, I thought, and I've always heard that you probably end up real skinny because the baby's sucking everything out of you.
That's not how that works. But
Mm.
when the baby does suck, they pull at a muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So usually, people who are breastfeeding, when you're breastfeeding, your muscles or what do you call it? Not subtracting, but they're contracting. And
Mm-hmm.
so people tend to lose weight easier, but that's not every single, it's not a science. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's
Yeah.
science, but it ain't every single solitary person.
And the most people, I mean, I've had white people that did breastfeed that were skinny, and that's where I always got the idea from. I would always hear former coworkers and stuff say, "Yeah,
Yeah.
breastfed the whole time. I keep the weight off, etc." I haven't heard it a lot with black girls. Um,
Yeah,
but I'm thinking 18 months in, I mean, wouldn't your body automatically go back to snatch, or is that really stupid of me
no,
to think?
yeah, it is.
Okay, all right.
It's not. It's just not realistic. You're correct. When you nurse your baby, your body is contracting, so
Hmm.
your metabolism should pick up.
Yeah,
Generally,
that's kind of what I thought.
people that are, but you also still have to be active. Like,
Okay.
you know, yes, it does happen better. Um,
Hmm.
because I can remember Candy talking about that too. Because she was actually smaller after she had her son, and she had
Yeah.
that. She said that the only thing that she's really done different is that she was breastfeeding, and she was wondering, was that it? And I remember screaming to TV, yes, yes,
I've always heard it. Yeah, that was one
yes,
of the main
yes.
reasons I was sad I couldn't breastfeed, or she just wouldn't connect. She wouldn't latch on because I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna be so skinny. So, and the only reason I bring that up is because to me, Stacy or Angel is 18 months in. I just think you know,
Oh, and also I wanted to say that uh, it also is dependent upon age as well. Because I didn't get skinny nursing. I didn't lose a lot
hmm.
nursing. Let me say that.
Okay.
But I will say this, I did gain weight after I stopped nursing. I noticed that both
Mm,
because when my first baby, I was in my clothes in like 3 weeks. I was in my
okay.
regular clothes, could zip them up. But
Hmm.
once I stopped nursing her, I started gaining weight. I couldn't understand it. Then I had another baby, and the whole time I nursed her, I just think I maintained.
Hmm.
I don't think I lost weight. It didn't have that effect on me because as soon as I stopped with her, I blew up like as my mama say, my butt spread like $40 worth of.
So yeah, I mean, so some of us probably are hard on her
Mhm.
um, over that. It's like 18 months later, and you still
No, I don't
like
think
Tia
it's that.
tried to save her with that. Tia
I
said she just had a baby 14 months ago. When I'm thinking, well, shouldn't and that just tells you how naive some of us are if we didn't do the breastfeeding ourselves.
Yeah. But I
Mhm.
think that it was you're just but I do feel I when I nursed, I did not feel like my body was mine.
Mm.
And at some point it does get kind of frustrating and especially if it's because both of my first baby I stopped nursing maybe like 18 months. But Amina it was way long. It was way longer than years.
Like how long, Joy? You wouldn't doing it until she was
It
5.
don't matter. It don't matter. But it
Mm-mm.
was, girl, if I could get you to leave me alone and stop whining
Mm-mm.
and just take it.
That is
It
hilarious.
becomes frustrating. And
Yeah, I can only imagine.
it's your fault. It's it's 100%
You are the reason she's
your
here.
fault.
Poor child. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she just seems a little. Do you think Stacy? I mean, do you think Angel is a good fit for the show?
I think she would probably be a better fit if she didn't have Kay in her ear. Because
Okay, I'd
when
agree with
she
that.
was on Watch What's Happening Live, and she's
Hmm.
watched enough reality TV, she's in a paranoid state. She thinks everybody's coming after her. She even admitted on Watch What's Happening Live Sunday, because she was on, that the only she, and she's like Monique too. This is why these kind of people are always selling themselves. She's so paranoid that the conversation that she had with Jazzy about that wag mess,
Mm-hmm.
she thinks she had thought that Jazzy had already told them, but she hadn't.
Right.
And so she is the one that doesn't even realize that she brought it in the room before
Mm-hmm.
Wendy even asked, well, what was that conversation about yesterday? She's the one that said, you got a big mouth. She's the one that bring it out. Monique used
Mm-hmm.
to do that. She did
Yes,
in
that's what I was
with
just
the
thinking. Yeah.
drinking situation.
Yeah.
I'll never forget Uncle Tommy. And she's the one that actually brought the rumors to this show. People don't
Yes.
think she did, but she did. She is the one that brought these rumors to this show,
Yeah.
about her having an affair. She did.
Right. I mean, he.
Giselle just gave us the details. She's the
Yeah.
one that gave us, let us know that there were rumors out there,
So did
because
she ever address that though? I mean, did she
yeah,
say,
she
"Okay,
did.
we were the first to bring it
In
up"?
line. She did. She said that she thought that Giselle Nim, first of all, she thought that Giselle Nim were going to talk about it that year. The
Mm,
network had told her that they could not bring those rumors to this show
mm,
unless she did. That's why at the end, at the reunion, if in season 5, Giselle even says, when Chris asks, "Did you talk about me about those rumors?" She
mm-hmm.
said yes. And they showed 2 scenes that they cut. The first scene was when she went to Monique's house, and Monique and Chris was in the kitchen, and Chris said,
Right.
Giselle,
Don't he look
don't
like me?
my son look like me?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Giselle said, and this is how they set up the video. Giselle said, because he mentioned it to me while the camera
Mm-hmm.
was rolling, I thought it was a part of their personal story.
And yeah,
Yeah, go back to that reunion. Like, they gave us a lot
yeah.
of details, but
And you know what? It
didn't
was on. It was on over the weekend too. So I
how
saw that
was it?
reunion. I saw the
Yeah.
reunion over the
I'm
weekend.
telling you, you could tell what was, and we already knew that, because while the season was airing, because of the very first episode of season 5, while it was airing, I don't know if I remember, the first episode was Candace and them Bling was at the party, and Monique was talking about these rumors. Now, she was doing it in a confessional way, but she was running away from Sharice. So people started interviewing Sharice. And in
Mm,
the interview, Sharice is the one that said, the producers told us we couldn't even bring it to the TV show. So we knew that going into that season. Like, if you were paying attention back then,
yeah.
I was really into all gossip. So
I think we all were. I mean, that was such a trip.
yeah.
Everybody was trying to figure it out. There was
Yeah, we were trying to figure out what was
what
wrong.
was going on. Yeah.
I watched both of her lives in real time. I didn't watch
Mm,
the first one, the one that she had in the dark, but those Monique famous lives that just really kicked everything off, that really said it, like
mm-hmm.
the reason Giselle had security. I don't know if people know, it was because of them lives that Giselle had security at their reunion.
Yeah.
Because of things that he said on that live. I watched them in real time.
That's why she had security with her at the show. I just wish they would have showed us the blow up they
Yeah.
said Giselle had behind the scene.
Well, if they showed that, I've just talked about this with somebody. If they showed that, they would also have to show Chris walking toward her.
Yes.
So it was the reason that they didn't show Giselle melting was because they was going to have to show that part.
Mm-hmm.
They had to explain
And that
why,
wouldn't have been a good look.
and that was not going to be a good look
At all. So, well, she'll be on next week's episode. It
Yeah,
looks like.
she looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Good
She
for her.
does.
She's a pretty girl.
And all her kids, I mean, her kids are just growing up so
I
fast. That
don't
little
know. I
girl,
wonder, can she have her kids on there? She might not have them
I don't know.
because she is a friend. She's not required to have him because she
Hmm.
said, I would have loved to see her kids. She said her oldest son is taller than her.
Yes, I was looking on her page, her Instagram the other day.
Mhm.
He's a big boy. How old is he? I have
I
no idea.
have no idea.
But those kids are so cute. That little girl looks exactly like her mama, and the boys look like Chris to me. I mean, they look like both of them.
And
Either way, really.
he may not have even given permission.
I don't know why he wouldn't. I don't know.
Mm,
Him and Stacy, maybe. Mm.
I don't know.
You think they hooked up?
I mean, I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't really care. They're two single people.
I absolutely.
The only part of that that makes it ugly because everybody thinks that people don't, why is it a problem? I don't think
Hmm.
nobody cares that two divorcees
Right.
bumping uglies. We don't care about that. The only thing that what people care about or what they're interested in is that Stacy made the effort to go ask somebody to hook
Hmm.
her up with Chris Samuels, somebody that's been in this circle. That's what the problem is, and
Wait a
it
minute.
ain't
Did she admit to that? I don't
she
think
didn't
so.
deny it. She didn't admit to that part, but we do hear her saying that they talked
Yeah, we do.
and that they went out and that she we heard that video. The producers cams showed that.
And I don't think Monique will care. Do you?
I think she will because I think I don't.
Really?
Let me say this: I think there's more to this story that Monique is about to add. I Stacy ain't right. I'm telling you,
What do
something
you
ain't.
mean? What you
But
mean she ain't right?
I think it's something scandalous going on, and it was organic. And Ashley called Monique and said, "Girl, they sit up here talking about your man. We sit up here, this bitch trying to get your man, your ex." Did I say that out loud? But that's what I think it happened. I think it happened in that order. And it came at a good time for Monique because they said she recently got fired from
Mm-hmm.
the radio station that she don't get no child support, nor does she get spousal support. That all the money she got in her settlement, she put toward her house, and
Yeah, I
she don't have
heard
a job. So this came at a good time for her.
it did. I know it's probably not on court papers, but I bet Chris still kind of takes care of her.
I hope so
I don't
because
know why he wouldn't. I
that's
mean,
kind of jacked up
what part?
that she signed a stupid prenup. Ain't no way I signed a prenup like that. Like that don't even make no sense. Like it was a prenup where he gave her a salary every year.
Yeah, that was weird.
And for every year that they were, so when they got a divorce, she got whatever that salary was for however many years they were married. And she don't get no spousal support and she don't get no child support. That's stupid.
So how do you sit down and have a conversation with the man you say you love and then say, but you'll have to pay me every year a certain amount? I mean, I don't know. I just think
I
it's weird.
always thought as a woman, if it's
Hmm.
possible to have a clause like this, I would always add a infidelity clause.
Right.
Like if you cheat on
Yeah.
me, all this crap is null and void. Or at the very least, I'ma get what I want.
Hmm.
You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like you're not
Yeah.
or like spousal support gets taken away. If you cheat on me, you leave me for a
Hmm.
shooter or whatever. No, I've always thought those kind, and we as Black women always want to prove ourselves. Like
But
Monique
she,
said the same thing that I heard Tammy Rowland say.
right.
You know, here's this guy, he's famous, he's this basketball player. You want to prove you want to be loyal to him. He loyal to you. He
Oh,
always proving our loyalty to men. And I
yeah.
think that signing something so stupid is showing your loyalty to him.
Yeah, but it also shows that you're not the brightest
That too.
toothpick in the box or something.
That too. Because I ain't no way I
Yeah.
signed nothing like that. No.
Yeah, so especially when there's nothing really beneficial about it, you're about to walk away with nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't know how she done unless she thought and he told her on paper or not on paper that he's still going to care for his kids, and if that means paying for the roof over their head, I think that's what he'll do. He seems the type that would just still take care of her, and that's good for her. Unless she's with her boyfriend now and don't really,
He don't like him. And
yeah.
Monique might not even want nothing like that over her head. Like I mean, I could be wrong about her, but
Mm.
if your man kicking you back something he don't necessarily have to, is he doing it out the corner of his heart, or is he something when he wants something? And what happens when I do have a boyfriend? Are you going to not kick me down? You're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna give me that money? Like I don't see Monique as that type, because she knew what she signed when she stupid ass signed it. So obviously she may have married him for who he was, because it seems like to me she may have, you know, thought he was big crap when he was playing.
Yeah.
And now I don't think she didn't admire him anymore.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
the kind of
yeah.
stuff
But
I
he was with somebody else too when they met, right? And when she was living in the back of the truck, I think is the story, and
oh yeah.
he was dating his assistant or whatever, and then Monique kind of scooted her way on in there.
Because she was his assistant. That was the salary. She
Oh,
said
she was
that
the
in the
assistant.
interview. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
the assistant.
So, but she scooted her way on in there as far as being the girlfriend, despite the fact that the other girlfriend was there. I don't know how that worked,
When
but
you think about that, it explains Monique so much. Like, this is the girl who micromanaged her house still like an assistant.
mm, she
Like,
did. That's true.
and his life. He was used to that.
Yeah.
So when she was talking about doing other things, he's worried about, well, can you do so? She takes care of everything. She's his everything. I don't even think that girl had a nanny.
Well, she did.
Or you think she had a housekeeper?
I well, I don't know about the housekeeper. I do think she had a nanny, at least for the kids, because in one of the episodes from this weekend, I think it was season 4. There was a nanny that came and took the baby out of her hand.
Oh,
So
okay.
there was somebody on there. Yeah, and I'd only seen that lady one time, but yeah, the nanny walked into the scene and took the youngest son
Yeah, because I
out of her
always
arms.
she just seemed like she was trying to do everything, and
Yeah.
everybody pulls from her. And I can remember thinking that got to be exhausting, because when you are young and you're like really in love, you'll be trying to be everything for
Hmm.
a guy, and when
I
he
remember that.
needs you, it feels good. It feels really good to feel needed by your man,
Hmm.
not just wanted, needed. And
Keisha Kaur.
that kind of it wears off over time. It wears off over time
Do you
because
follow the story with Keisha Kr and Gucci Mane?
mm-mm,
Now that's who she said she loves for her husband to need her, literally
uh,
need her.
yeah,
So some women are like that. I mean, he doesn't pay the bills, he doesn't call clean. I mean, she does everything they could hire somebody else to do.
yeah,
She does it all because she said she doesn't want him to think in any part of his life that he doesn't need her. So
yeah.
she does every single
That's
thing.
exhausting. That's exhausting.
Hmm. I
Yeah,
would
but
think so.
I that's exhausting. But I understand that mindset. A very young me thought that as well. it's exhausting. I'm telling you from experience.
Yeah. No, I think I was the same way when I was young, when I first married. It's just natural to want to do everything you can for your husband. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah. But anyway, what you think about they little garments, their lingerie that they wore?
what Tia said, I'm just gonna wear my trench coat. Okay. Well,
I don't know what she had on her stockings.
she said, "This
I
is
said,
it."
you know what I said? She's such a lady. Such a
Yeah,
lady.
she's listen. She was this is, and then Giselle. I think it was Giselle said, "Are you gonna take that off, or you change?" No, no, this is it. This is all you get. She said, "This is it." Okay. No, I am not taking off my clothes.
Kiana looked the best.
I don't remember what she had on.
She had on like a cowgirl two-piece. It was sexy. It was
Okay.
probably the sexiest thing up there. I think she had something to cover her butt though.
That's so. I don't remember that at all. I must have missed that clip.
I bet you didn't miss Stacy and her a German restaurant looking garment. She's
Yeah,
just a character all the way around.
she is. I love her. I love her. But wait, speaking of the character, I think it's also in next week's
Oh,
episode.
Ashley, I guess she was sexy, I guess.
Oh, she was normal. That was not new for
No
Ashley.
hips. If you don't like no hips.
Uh, on the shoot, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, when Stacy, I think it's next week's episode when it comes on. They're talking about her cannabis business. And did you see that she gave it a Nigerian name?
How about
I can't say it was hilarious.
how
I'm
about
like, what?
Dale gave us the real tea and said she wasn't willing to be at that girl wedding unless it was gonna be filmed.
Okay, she did say that. Yeah, she
Yeah,
did kind of
she was
call.
basically,
And since we're going to be filming, yes, I'll come.
yes. Ain't that some mess?
Be
Like
honest about it.
Giselle was like, she's a mess. That's why I said Giselle is so frustrated by Stacey. She is going. This might be a good rivalry if it stays cute and shady.
Yeah, I think I like that. I like those two. It's
We
silly.
know that although Karen is coming back, girl, Karen gonna like stay. Ooh, I would love to see Karen and Stacey's like. But anyway, Karen is in at BravoCon this weekend.
I saw that. I was glad to see that. I'm like, who's going to be there? I was glad to see she was there.
Robin was invited.
Who
Robin?
was Candace?
I don't know.
I didn't see her. Well, the list I did see that. I guess they didn't have everybody on that first list. I'll have to check again. But Candace wasn't on there.
It was Traders. She was on Traders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She was. I just didn't see her on that list. But I also didn't see Monique on there. But I
Oh,
did see Karen, and I was glad to see Karen there.
yeah.
So I wonder, like, how much will, if she'll have to in any way talk about what she just went through. I wonder.
Did you see Robin? Giselle and them said on their show that she was gonna make sure that her and Karen saw one another. Uh,
Yeah.
so that I guess because Karen wanted to read Robin or something she said.
Mm.
It was funny. So yeah, I'm glad that Karen is coming out.
I am too, but I'm also surprised that we haven't seen Karen.
In nothing, huh?
I mean, where are you? It's like,
She had a picture. Her friend posted a picture. Her friend Cookie, is that?
uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Her friend Cookie posted her, but you could like barely see her.
You can barely see. I mean, she's keeping a low key. I mean, listen, I'm like, what? We've seen her nowhere. And I guess that's good. So people will see her at BravoCon. And I think that will probably be one of the highlights of the festivities.
I think so. Yeah, it'll be good to see her. What you think about Ashley putting that
I
stuff?
can't.
What's her name and licking it out? Ashley is like a little horn dog. She was just
And she ain't shy about it. She's very sexual. Yeah, I mean, she was doing something. But my whole thing is, so what? How do you feel in receiving Ashley's tongue all down your throat on the exterior? It was interesting, but not shocking because it's Ashley, and she, it's nothing new to her.
Somebody said in a group, I don't know where I read this from. So Jazzy was worried about whether or not that old man
Oh
with two
yes.
teeth and two dreads was flirting with was competition for her husband and not worried about Ashley licking this stuff off of her.
Yeah. Now, who was that? Was that Stacy that said that about the
No,
two dreads? Who was that? Who said that?
no, the Kiana said that about
Kay said that. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
about that.
Got the older guy and
Yeah.
the two dreads.
How
I
could
was
you
rolling.
how could you be worried about that and not worried about what you did with Ashley?
she probably liked it.
He probably liked that.
Yeah. If nothing else, being
That
around
is crazy to
Ashley.
me. That is insane to me that men believe that that is no competition for them.
Do they? I guess you're right. I was about to say, do they really? But yeah, I think
I
they
think
probably think
they
it
do.
would never really affect them,
Yeah.
and yeah, it
They don't think it
could.
would ever affect them. That's the only reason why they would do something like that. And I didn't watch too many tubing movies where people that had threesomes. Well, I really haven't literally, but it sounds like a two that somebody had a threesome and the man and the woman leaves her husband for the person that they ended up having a threesome with. I mean, it sounds
Mm,
like a movie in waiting if it ain't one.
yeah,
But men really think that's no comp. That's it's stupid. But anyway, I just don't understand how that one anyway. But anyway, they all look cute. I thought they all looked cute. I thought Angel looked crazy, but they did look cute. And what's
okay. So on the after show,
mhm,
um, Angel was sitting with Kay, right?
correct?
And real talk, she didn't look like any of the angels we've met this far. Do you remember? I mean, she didn't look like any of the angels we've met. The angels we've met. She looked like a totally different girl. I don't know if it just she had the little tight bob like on the like
They
Claudia
ain't
did.
never said
It was
nothing either. They haven't the I the parts of unless there's something else there on the after show,
uh-huh.
they're not really talking about anything.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they were, but I
Well,
was like,
my
is that
point
is
is,
it?
I think we'll see her.
You think we'll see more of her?
Yeah, she right now she doesn't like to be confronted. She doesn't like to feel uncomfortable. She don't know how to put on a game face. I wonder what her sign is because
Uncomfortable.
yeah,
Mm.
she is in a paranoid state, so she don't know how to show up. This she the after show isn't a confrontational
Yes.
situation.
Yeah.
You're telling your version of what you think. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Situation
Yeah.
is my point.
Yeah.
That's when we see Angel. Um, I don't think is comfortable with herself right now, and
I
that's
don't either.
because she, you know, I think that's what we're seeing. I think we're seeing uncomfortable. She doesn't feel comfortable amongst these girls. She thinks she's the butt of every story and
Yeah.
that everybody's talking about her behind her back. So everything that you say to her, she's taking as an offense.
And so I can only assume that's how she is all the time. I would think because why
I
else
don't
would
think
you?
so. I
I
think
really do. I think so because why else would you just sit there and assume that every conversation is about you in some form or fashion? I
because
think.
you've been at home watching reality TV for 100 years, and you know that you knew people want to pick on a new girl.
Mm,
So I didn't watch you. I That's why I said it's hard to um cast fans because
yes.
fans of the show think they know everybody.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
think they know if they have psychoanalyzed each and every one of them. They know your
Yeah.
whole life. And you know they know it because when on the first after show, Tia Neil was sitting around talking about they were talking about Monique and her addition to this season.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that they were saying was, yeah, the last time we saw her in the binding of it all, and she was reading folks for fifth. This is Kiana. This is Angel. They know the details. They're
Yes.
fans of
Yeah.
the show.
And
Now,
that's always a
I am
problem.
too.
I mean,
I am
that's a
too.
good point.
I'm a super fan. So
Yeah.
I know everybody. I didn't psychoanalyze. I think I know them already. So
Yeah,
even
that's
me on the
true.
show, somebody could be saying something. That's what happened with old girl on Atlanta, Britt.
Mm-hmm.
Britt thought she knew Kenya. She had
She
Kenya
was a
pegged.
serious fan. She
Yeah,
was a
she has been
serious
a
fan.
serious fan. Probably been.
Yes.
She quoted this girl at the table in the midst of an argument.
Wait a minute, and she didn't pick it up herself. She didn't
She
realize that.
right.
And
I'm
Kenya was like, "Okay, she's a fan. She's a fan."
yes, she's a fan.
That
And
was classic.
when you cast fans, they
You
don't
in
know how to
trouble.
come into this group.
Mm-hmm.
Stacy probably did the best because Stacy been watching, but
Yeah,
Stacy got sense enough to come in and play dumb.
and she plays it so well. I love
She
her.
because Stacy was a fan. They said Stacy been trying to get on Potomac for years.
Did they say that? Did you hear that?
Yes. They said
Okay.
that in the midst of all, you've been trying to get on this show for years.
Okay, well, she's totally interesting. So I wonder what the heck took her so long. I wonder why didn't they pick her? She's a complete
Because she ain't got
goofball.
no
You can't
man.
help but love her.
Look, because she ain't got no man.
She got a couple. Listen, she's got this. She's
Even
got
her
the.
ex-husband ain't her man. I don't believe nothing. Everything Stacy presents is a lie. I'm telling you, she with that man. She probably told him that he could pay less child support if he came home and do a couple episodes with her. I'm telling you.
Dropped.
Yeah, you hear me?
No, I didn't. Say it again.
I said that girl ain't with that man, her ex-husband. She probably told him he could pay less child support if he play her man.
Wait, because the look on his face is okay. So this is what we're gonna do today. I mean, you know,
Right.
he's like, okay, all right, I'm into you too.
Oh, I'm telling you, I don't believe nothing Stacy presents. That's
Me
why
either, and it's
I was
so
talking
fun.
about when they was talking about Chris Samuels at the time,
Mm-hmm.
asked her all the questions, and she was
Mm-hmm.
like, they were like, "Well, I'm back with my man," and they was like, "What? We so confused."
I'm back with mom.
Like,
But she said she didn't give it up to
so
Chris.
weird. Like, I'm telling y'all, I don't believe nothing Stacy says.
And you know, because sometimes you can say about people, God, they lie with a straight face. Stacy really lies,
Yeah, I'm
very
telling you,
believably.
she
It's like
is weird.
Stacy. She is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Did you see that post I put out today on TikTok? What another one of her cute.
Your mouth covered.
So I posted a clip of her QVC when she was trying to sell these sandals, and she said, "For all of my brown girls, this is your perfect sandal." I was like, Stacy.
If y'all don't know, there is a whole bunch of her stuff that she was selling on QVC has gone viral on TikTok.
Girl,
And she's just so ridiculous. The
she
things that
is.
she would say anything to sell anything. Like,
She
oh,
is hilarious.
beautiful earrings. They just sparkle like a diamond. They just,
Yeah, you just
it was
have to get
nothing
in
that
on
clever.
this.
It was nothing that clever.
I mean, don't my toes look amazing in these sandals? Girl, hilarious.
It's just so funny.
It is.
So yeah, they're going viral. And what's really funny are the people that are imitating her doing a voiceover,
Yes,
and
because
they
that the
got the
one y'all sent
product.
out with that girl that was talking about that earring. I said, "Girl, if you don't
Yeah,
do that one more time,
they are so funny. Y'all want a good
hilarious."
laugh on TikTok? That kind of stuff is up there. But anyway,
Hilarious.
what you think about the blow up at the end when old girl left out? What
Mm,
was the whole scandal of the thing? So apparently, if you all, I'm sure, have seen the show, just to refresh your memory, she's in WAGs, which is wives and girlfriends
mm-hmm.
of these athletes. Anyway, she she claims that somebody called, some particular girl called her husband's agent and said she stole, was it $50,000 or some like 30? It was it was, I guess that's a significant amount of some money from him, and was purposely trying to miss her birth control so she could get pregnant. And what else was it? It was three things, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But I know it
That's
was stole some money. It may have been something else.
yeah. Like the girl was
But
trying to harm her family.
you think that's true, or more to the story?
I think there's definitely more to the story. I don't think that. Um, I don't think Angel can be trusted. Just yet. I think she's gonna put. Yeah, no. There's definitely more to it. There's more to it.
You covering, your mic is covering.
There's definitely more to it. I think
Mhm,
she's
probably.
she is not yet to be trusted at all.
Mm.
It's
I,
more to the story.
it that yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, but she didn't get pregnant before they got married.
She did or didn't?
Did not? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Because I think she said they've been married 5 years or something, and her kids are like 4 and 2.
Yeah, and they have two houses. Oh, what
Yeah,
did you think about her husband saying Giselle is just a 60-year-old woman with nothing else to do?
yeah. That lady almost 60 years old.
I
That's
was like, stop.
he was trying to make her feel better.
God, I wish I knew more about that because she's I just oh, there's something there. I hope she stays on just because I want to know what's really going on at home.
Who
What's
was
because yeah, with her because the way she brings up certain topics, the way she likes to kind of brag about, what position he played on the team. He had the important position. Your man was just a bench warmer. I mean, she's very braggadocious in a way.
Mhm.
Um, I
But
would
I
love
think he's been her whole life.
why
Um, because she talks like that.
he's
She
fine
talks
too. I'm just saying.
she didn't got this ball player to, we know what comes with that. You
Mm-hmm.
not just the wags, but there's a level of celebrity by proximity,
Yes.
sort
Yeah.
of, and there's a, and he, if he played, they got money. Come on.
Yeah.
It is
And
what it is.
she brags about the $5,000. I was like, okay. I want to know more. That
She's
I
been
think
he's been her life. She hasn't even figured out who she is. And she could make, I personally think, I don't know why people, I don't really dislike her. I just don't want Kiana in her ear. She actually has the goods. It's a girl that don't have nothing going on for herself. She really is just this wife and mother.
is she
And
in her 40s?
I don't think she's, or
You don't
right.
think she's okay?
I'm not exactly sure, but she would make a good housewife because she's gonna pop out of that. She's gonna want to be a boss or something. She would grow on this show because she just wants to be famous in her own right. She actually fits the the profile of a good and an interesting housewife because she would get her footing in the group if
I
she didn't have like Kiana in her ear telling,
yeah.
feeding her all of these things about these people. She would make a good housewife. She just gotta figure out, and she'll figure out who she is. We'll see all of that. It'll be like watching Portia all over again. Portia was like that.
I just
Cornell had been her whole life the last couple of years that they had
yeah, but
together.
the difference to me is that Portia was very young.
She
She
was.
but Angel, she seems a lot older. I don't know why he would have been her whole life. I mean,
She and he is in her 30s. She
I
she's
know.
she I
That's what I'm
mean
saying.
she's in
So
her
she,
she's in her 30s.
right,
So
so
she
she
probably met.
lived before that. I mean, what was she doing to? I just don't think he's been her whole life. Maybe he's been the best to talk about in public, thinking of sports, but I think she's too old to have him be only. I don't know. It's different to me than
That's been her.
Portia and
I mean, yes, Portia was young, but Portia wasn't that young. Like
she.
I think that because Portia was kind of out there in the streets. Sometimes
Well,
you
she was a video vixen.
but that she girl was in one video. She probably got $1,500 for that day.
Oh my
That
gosh,
ain't
she probably
set her
did.
up. Like
But her mind
Portia,
was a
Portia
young
was.
girl.
I hear you, but I don't think it's any different from even if Portia was 27, 28. Then a 30-year-old meeting a baller, and she did have her own thing going on, but it didn't take her to where she wanted to be. And you meet this guy because your currency, as she said, her body, her looks was her currency.
Yeah.
She was I think a correspondent or something at BET.
On BET, yeah.
She
Yeah.
had jobs, but sometimes you meet a guy that makes you pivot. I think she met a guy that made her pivot, and he was obviously crazy about her. He
And
did,
that's the thing. I agree with that. I think that he really was.
yeah.
Because if he met her and saw that she didn't look like her filter, which she doesn't, he loved her anyway. So that's what I liked about that. That was the only thing. I know she got upset and she seemed to not be lying. She was truly upset and maybe heartbroken. But I thought it really didn't matter because he probably met her the same way and met her in person and says, okay, I still like it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's a plus. That's a plus. So.
And by the way, y'all, if y'all remember, that's how they started off their opening was kind of talking about that in retrospect.
Mm-hmm,
Since we
mm-hmm,
been talking about Giselle saying it didn't look like her, that's how she met her husband. She catfished her husband.
mm-hmm. She
Like
did. She did.
really catfished him with another. I don't know if it was a different picture or altered one, but that's been her running thing.
It was altered, I'm sure. It was altered.
The
And
way
it
the
doesn't
movie
matter because
right.
he's cute too. So I think that, I don't know about longevity for her yet. Right now, she just seems a little bit too paranoid, I guess. But yeah,
Yes,
as far as the family, I think they're the cutest couple. They got the young babies. They could possibly do something long term on the show, maybe.
mm-hmm.
Not next season, maybe.
And
Take
I would
moving
like
on.
to see a little bit. We need more families. The reality is, Karen's children are gone. Giselle's kids are gone.
I still can't believe that.
Kids are too young. I
Yeah,
like seeing families.
I do too. That's one of the reasons I'm glad that Monique is back. If she can show them, because those kids are so much older now than they were when she was last on TV, and they are just beautiful. Oh my God! And that little baby boy, I love to see the kids growing up like that.
Yeah,
So it'll be good if she can share them.
right.
And absolutely nothing dealing with the show. It made me think of Martell and Melody, I guess, who can now show their pictures. These kids grow up too fast. It is
Oh, is
amazing.
that why I've been able to see them?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, they
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah, they are big.
they are so big. And the one girl out there winning the little tennis and meeting Serena Williams. And
Oh, I
it's so
thought that was
cute.
so nice. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. It's really cute to see these kids grow up. Oh, and let me see. What's her name? Candy's daughter and Kim's daughter are moving in together.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that. Girl, that little girl, I am so tickled that that was the little chubby girl.
right.
She was
Exactly.
nothing like herself.
At
Like,
all. I'm like,
like,
whoa.
I can even remember them talking about her being chubby once on the
Yeah.
episode. Mhm.
Yeah. And
Like
look,
she
she's
was
already been
not,
engaged and into that. I mean, they
yeah,
grow up too fast.
yeah.
But all right, what else happened on here? Did we touch on everything?
I don't know. I think so.
I
I
think
don't
so
know.
too.
But yeah, it was a pretty good episode. Next week is gonna be really good. Monique is finally back. That's everybody's been wanting. You got some people that want to see her and others that don't.
I
Um,
don't.
I
I'll be
I
honest.
don't I was 100% Team Candace that 1 year.
Listen.
Because I thought that uh, Monique had lost her mind. Because and what's crazy is um at the beginning of the season, um, I remember watching the first episode thinking, whatever Monique said Candace did. I ain't go because her mouth was kind of reckless. And by the couple of episodes in, I'm like, what's wrong with Monique? She was paranoid. Reality TV sometimes can get too real.
I
And
imagine.
I think that was just one of those times. And it might be some truth to those rumors that she really was having an affair.
I really. I don't know. I listen.
Because
It's
she,
hard for me to believe that women really cheat on their husbands, but this I wouldn't be surprised in this case.
knowing how dissatisfied she was with him,
Mm-hmm.
it
She
I
expressed it
might
too.
not have been too surprised. Like if you believe a friend, it was definitely problems. According to her, the reason she stopped talking to Gigi is because Gigi
Mm-hmm. Yes, and
called
said,
him,
"Come get your girl" or
"Come
something
get
like
your
that.
girl." Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's the reason why they stopped talking.
yeah.
And she was dancing with some dude, just that Monique
Mm-hmm.
was
With the
wilding
trainer
out. Yeah, she was wilding out. And I believe it.
was.
Like, more when I be thinking about it, how it ended, I believe it. I
Yeah,
really do believe it. They had been friends for a long time. This wasn't
it,
no
it-
2-3 year friendship.
right. And then she was gone in a matter of seconds
And it
once
was
the
gone in
wrong
a
stuff hit
matter
the
of seconds.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why. It's hard for me to believe that women cheat on their husbands, but that's definitely what the gossip is.
Yeah.
Um, so who knows? I hope she comes back and she's a different. Maybe I don't want
She
her to be
don't
different.
sound different.
She really don't. Okay,
But
yeah. Let me
I
just say
don't
that.
know because she I don't know. I just in when she on the after show, she was saying, was that the after show when she was saying something like, um, I said I wasn't gonna come over here and talk in third person, talk to myself in third person. Um, because Giselle does that. That get on my nerves. She check it out. She's like a song, and that gets on my nerves. I'm like, oh Lord. But I heard they talked this season. Well, we know that there was a talk. They at least met. But I would really
Yeah.
like for them to show us um the meat of that and not give us how they gave us Wendy. Because Wendy
I
said,
feel like they're obligated to show us because I don't know how you get beyond what she tried to do to Giselle at that reunion. I mean, she was trying to take her down simply by going at Jamal. I mean, she didn't have anything to say about Giselle, which was weird to me, but it was bad. I thought, and I don't know how you would get beyond that. I don't know.
mm-hmm,
Jenna, maybe
mm-hmm,
she will.
mm-hmm.
Well, of course she will, because I think if they didn't think Giselle was able to get beyond that, I don't think they would have invited Monique back for the eighth or ninth time. So,
And
and we've
I don't
seen her grow with Wendy, with Giselle and Wendy getting back on track. So, Yeah, maybe it's not a big deal at all. She'll be able to do it.
I think it ends positively because when somebody asks about Monique coming back, Giselle, it wasn't negative at all. I
It
can't remember
wasn't.
exactly what she said, but it wasn't negative. Like Giselle will tell you things without telling us things. Like I knew season before last that Giselle and Wendy wasn't talking because in the interview she said, I was nice to her every time I saw her. She said something like that told me that they weren't, it was like it was some kind of, I was nice to her or something. It was something in that kind of regard that Giselle said about Wendy.
Mm,
And she didn't have anything negative to say about um Monique at all. So
yeah.
I don't think this ended in a bad way for them. So I think they hashed it out.
Yeah, well, I think so too. But I hope they do show us a little of the background on how that comes to be.
Yeah, that was
So,
deep. I'm sure they are. And
yeah.
that's probably why they showing this. Well, I wonder sometimes, do like producers, not producers, somebody in media put stuff out on social media and hope it go viral to
Mm-hmm.
remind us of stuff. I really do think that that happens on
Yeah.
purpose because I have been seeing pieces of that reunion and that clip,
Mm-hmm.
her reading that binder.
Yeah.
Is that why that's out circulating right now?
Probably is. Yep. Just to keep everybody fresh of what really happened.
Probably will really happen because I come
Yeah.
to think of, I know I that has happened a couple of times on, I don't know if y'all noticed that. I don't notice it all the time, but I've noticed it before. That oh, I was okay. Here's an example, a silly one. But I watch Bel Air. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
watch Bel Air?
Love
On,
it.
on Bel Air, there was the clip going around of Hillary on the original show, The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, when her
Mm-hmm.
when her husband died. Trevor was his name. And I can remember watching, it was the last episode of the last season of Bel Air. And when I was, I actually sat and watched that little clip, not
Mm-hmm.
thinking anything of it. And later that day, when I was able to watch Bel Air, they had dropped the finale episode, and I pushed play. I watched that whole episode, and at the end, Hillary boyfriend, his name is DeMarcus, dies.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking, I forgot that Trevor died
Wait, because
because
I'm trying to think back. I don't even remember that.
Trevor died. He was bungee jumping. He was
What?
yes, on the show on
Mm-hmm.
the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Was funny.
Mm-hmm.
He was bungee jumping, and I think they were getting married, but in the episode, Hillary or they had just eloped, and Hillary was still in her wedding dress watching it with her whole family in the living room, because he was doing it on the show, and he ended up hitting a wall and he died.
And he died.
He died. So when I was watching the finale episode, I had forgotten, this show, the Bel Air isn't mirroring the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but it does have some elements. But I just never put Trevor, as much as I watched it as a kid. I mean, I remember these episodes. I didn't put two and two together that Trevor was DeMarcus.
See.
I always knew DeMarcus was supposed to die. I guess if you were a true fan of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, you were supposed to figure that out because there are elements of the show that happens, characters, but it's usually at an extreme. If you watch Carlton on Fresh Prince of Bel Air, he definitely had anxiety. We didn't have
Yeah.
words for it, and we never called it out, but that fits somebody. Well, today, if you got anxiety, you take drugs.
Right.
But there was an episode of Carlton coming across some drugs and taking them by accident. I remember that episode too.
I
So
need to go back and see these episodes because
yeah,
I was
they
really
had.
shocked.
I used to love the Fresh Prince of Bel Air when I was young. I watched the first episode so many times as a grown 50-some-year-old woman when my whole family watched the first couple of episodes. I
Mm-hmm.
played the original first episode. I wanted them to see an episode of Fresh Prince of Bel Air. My
Yeah.
kids, and we were watching it, and I still knew the dialogue like I was a kid.
Well,
I
no,
still,
I need to
I
go back. I need to because I don't. I was
still
shocked when
know.
I saw them on Bel Air and he was doing drugs. I'm like, Carlton didn't take drugs, but you're saying he did.
He did. He took.
Oh,
There's an episode of him. He accidentally took drugs. I can't remember if somebody had something in Will's backpack, but they blamed him. He got in the hospital and everything. He was in the
okay.
hospital and everything. And yeah, he I can't remember. Yeah, it was an accident. I
Mm.
think so. Wasn't it an accident?
I
I,
don't remember. I don't remember.
for
I
some
do like the show
for
though.
some reason I don't remember it being Carlton's fault. But anyway, it's been now that one I haven't seen in a long time. But
Yeah.
yeah, or here's another example actually from that show. When the episode happened when in the first season at the end, the first Marlon Wayans playing his dad,
Yes.
and he
Yeah.
had the
Yeah.
dialogue. They were playing that week the dialogue between Will and his father.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I again, it, it's not a parallel show, or it kind of sort of is a parallel show. It's,
Yeah.
it's you don't have to have watched one show to watch the other one, but if you watch the show, a lot of what is happening is predictable. If
Yeah.
you just got to look at it a little bit differently. Like I don't know how they're going to end this season. It starts in 2 weeks, by the way. But Lisa, he and Lisa don't make it.
Really?
Will Lisa, yeah. Well, Lisa was Nia Long. Nia Long played her.
Now, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Nia Long played her.
Now, I
Nia
remember
Long,
Nia Long, but I didn't realize that this character was supposed to be Nia Long.
yeah, yes,
Okay. It is
yes.
a good show, though.
Her name is actually Lisa. Now they have them doing different stuff
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because Lisa is a swimmer, and they gave them different personalities. The only one that kind of bothered me is what they did with little Ashley. I don't know where they're gonna take that this season, but I guess she bisexual.
Yeah, I don't think it will be a big deal.
Well, I mean, it's fitting if you
Yeah.
want to follow that. This is the antithesis of or antithesis of
Okay.
the show. It makes sense. Ashley was boy crazy,
She really was.
so it made sense, and she's a teenager. So yeah, it was it. They did whoever sat down and did this, the psychoanalyze, I think did an excellent job. I'd like to see a couple of shows like that done like that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because there was so much good it's some really good characters out there. Like I would love to see something like a living single done again, or girlfriends.
Girlfriend has been making commercials together lately.
Yeah, I have seen that. I'm really hopeful. The lady who wrote Girlfriends,
Mm-hmm. I
what's
thought it was the guy, the Kelsey
it's a
Grammer.
girl. He produced it.
Oh, okay, okay.
The writer, the actual
Mm-hmm.
writer of this show, I can't remember. Brock Akil is her name.
Okay.
She also wrote The Game. If you watch
Oh,
Forever on Netflix, she wrote Forever.
Yeah.
She got a contract with Netflix, and I know she's doing Forever too. They got picked up for a second season, and I'm really eager to see how that goes because Forever is based off of this Judy Blume's book, child.
Mm-mm.
So it was her spin, a black spin on an old story. Forever 2 is gonna be her imagination. And this lady, I have never artistically liked somebody more than I like Abraka Keel. Her writing is phenomenal. Everything that she's ever written, I love. And the higher she moves with the time better than anybody I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Because Girlfriends, a lot of people are rediscovering Girlfriends, but if you watch Girlfriends in real time, that was better than anything on television.
Yeah.
Like, just like the phenomenal that it was of like when Issa Rae's show was on, Girlfriends in real time was that show. It hit so many girlfriend issues. It was just a joy to watch.
See, I've never watched Lisa. What's her name? I've never watched anything with her in it.
You talking about Bronca Kill?
No, the girl you just mentioned,
Who?
Elsa,
Who?
the name you just mentioned.
Bronca Kill is whose name I mentioned.
Okay, okay. No,
Unless I'm tripping.
no. Okay, yeah, no, I can't. No, it's okay. Go on. Sorry.
Anyway,
That name is gonna
yeah,
be bugging me now.
yeah, but anyway, I like her. I like her writing. So everybody has been talking about a girlfriend's ending a girlfriend's. I would like to see because Girlfriends didn't get an ending.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of went off the air. The network just played them. And I would like to see I would really like to see, if it was me, one of the contracts that she got with network, because I think she got a 4 or 5 project deal. So one has already been out there. It's another one coming. She got some slots. One of them should be Girlfriends. And they could do with Girlfriends what they did with the Best Man Chronicles, how they
Mm-hmm.
did like 10
That was really
episodes,
good. Yeah.
8 episodes to really put an end to their story. I would
Yeah.
love to see that with Girlfriends. I would love.
Issa Rae. That's the name I was trying to say.
Oh,
Didn't you
Issa
mention
Rae.
her? Yes.
Yeah. I said when
I just
Issa
talked
Rae's
about it.
show was out, if you were like in these groups, that was like a hot topic. Like every week that they had something within, that girlfriend talk.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so it was whatever the topic of conversation was, and we psychoanalyzed them. Social media just didn't exist when Girlfriends was out.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I mean, girl, I think their first episode was in the year 2000, or was it 2001? No, it had to be 2000. Because
Yeah.
it wasn't, because they came out September the 11th. I don't know why I remember that day. But I don't even, and I only remember that day because I looked it up once. I needed to write a story, and I was trying to make it make sense. A girlfriend's. I like writing about stuff that I read, and
Yeah.
I mean that I watch on TV. And I needed to know some dates, and I looked up Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Anyway, it came out September the 11th, 2000, and it was off by
I'm sad.
2007.
All right, I gotta get off of here. Look, do we have anything else about the show that we missed?
Nope. What do we? No, I think that's it, child.
Um. Okay.
All right.
All
All
right.
right.
I'll
Well,
talk.
see
Bye,
y'all.
y'all.
Peace out.
All right. Bye, bye. Honey, Mama wants to run to the store. Hold on.